Cloud. So good morning or good evening, good afternoon. I don't know which time zone you are. Today, this is the SIG-Network Ingress NGINX project meeting. Today is June 8th, 2021. This is a Kubernetes community meeting, and we ask you to comply with the code of conduct, which is basically be nice with each other, be excellent with each other. So any violation should be reported to the SIG-Network chairs, or it can be reported directly to me. Or if it's something that I'd say and you want to complain, you can reach code of conduct on Slack, or you can reach James as well. And let me share my screen with you. Before starting, cool. So do we have anyone new in this meeting that wanna present yourself? Don't be shy. Okay, so I don't think we have anyone new, or we do, but okay, cool. So in today's meeting, we have three items in the agenda. Basically, the updates about the 122 build that I've been discussing with James and with Carlos. Something about the issue with the core dumps after the release 43, and something about the support for S390X, which is a Linux on mainframe that we wanted to discuss, but I still need to discuss also with James and the other folks from Kubernetes Infra, because we've been hitting some problems while building this, but they told us that this is actually not a problem from Ingress or from Cloud Builds, but they could figure out something else. So yeah. So before going to the issue triage, I wanted to go through the open topics first. So as soon as we finish the open topics, we might have some spare time for the issue triage, if this sounds good for all of you, because the open topics from my side, they are pretty fast. So the first one is the updates on 122 build. Everything is almost working fine. I still need to figure out just why the end-to-end tests, they are failing for the admission controllers. It's mostly a lack of time to figure out, other than a real issue, but I wanna just add that PR, update the PR. So if someone wanna take a look into that PR, it's a extra large. Some more eyeballs would be really great before we actually merge that. I was discussing with James. If you are driving and you want me to take the notes, don't hit the car, please.
I'm a passenger, so it's all good. I'm just taking some notes on my iPad for us.
Okay, cool. Yeah, please don't get in any accident.
Yeah, no. I'm not driving. No.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so I've been discussing with Carlos and other folks, but I think it's good for all of you to know that my intention is actually to create a new branch, which is we don't have the name yet, but probably the v0.x or something like that, that represents the pre-v1 API. So we can create that maintenance branch for any new bug fixes related to that versions of Ingress in that window of 6 months of maintenance, and create a new main branch for the v1 0, which is going to be the proper master/main branch. and that any new feature or any new bug fixes goes through that one. But we should probably hit first code freeze or something like that, so we can stabilize the v0.x for the next months, like that core dump bug and other stuffs. And yeah, so I'm gonna see with Carlos how can we proceed with that. But my idea is that we have at least those two branches. After we can get rid of the QE, the backlog of the PRs that we have in our in the repo, and then do a code freeze into that and say, hey, yeah, we just accept now bug fixes. So I would ask for you folks, if you have some time to review the PRs in the QE, mainly the bug fixes one, and I would really appreciate that. So take a look into the PRs, and if you see something wrong, or if you think that it needs some review, please add your review for folks. Provide them feedback, and once you think it's ready to be again reviewed or approved, just ping me on Slack, and I can put that on my backlog, or maybe Elvin as well. Okay. I have also added into our repo the label area/helm, because as far as I saw, we have a lot of PRs from Helm, not from the main Go code. So I am not really good at Helm. So if anybody feels comfortable reviewing PRs of Helm, please go ahead. And also, if you think, hey, I can be an approver of those Helm shards changes, just let us know, because we need someone taking care of those of the Helm shards PRs as well. I think this is the main topic. The other one is we have this issue with the core dump after the release 0.43. We have released a new NGINX Ingress controller 2 days ago with a new NGINX version, and probably there is a new Alpine Musli library updated as well. But I think we need some testing right now to see if those core dumps, they still happens on the V120 or not. And I want to hear about you folks. I'm thinking if we should keep Alpine as the main distribution that we use in Ingress NGINX, or if we need to think on the V10 about having like two, the same way they do like with Python and the other containers, if we should have like an Alpine version and a Debian version, and build both of them, so folks can decide if they want to have Alpine or Debian, or if we should just go to Debian. But just be aware that this is gonna add for us some more needs of tests and some more effort to keep at least like 2 new container images. And James saw that this is pretty painful to maintain, right, James? To create the base image.
So, yeah, the base image. I mean, the first one when we were troubleshooting it took like 3 hours before we realized that the build was stalled out, and then on average it takes about an hour and a half. So moving to a new distro, yeah, that's gonna take a lot more testing as well. So it's definitely a discussion point. If the old reasons for being on Alpine are still relevant, or if we can address those. It's definitely a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah, go ahead, James.
I think it's maybe like 3rd on the priority list. Like 122s are probably our biggest priority. Then the core dump issue with the upgrade to 44, and then our conversation around moving distros. But I don't know. Yeah. Does anybody else have any comments on the priority from that perspective?
Nope. Yeah. but yeah, we for sure we need to discuss about that and what would make us go to Debian or not. Like if the image size is just the point of decision between Alpine and Debian, and the effort doesn't count. Like we have this like the difference of size is like 10 megabytes. We should probably go to Debian and keep this pain point away from us, right?
I think that also brings up the other point too of like, I mean, I think there's 3 people on the call now that have actually done a release, and just understanding our release process. We're getting better at it, but it's definitely still convoluted. So I don't know if we attack fixing the release and making that simpler before we make the move to
your call is getting
make the release process easier.
Your call gets
are you guys losing me?
Yeah, got some metallic thing. Yeah, but I could get it, like, but yeah, probably we should at least move with the V122 thing, and as soon as we got this stabilization, we can take another new thing to get this stabilization and then stabilization again, right? Otherwise, it will be fun. Yeah. Okay. So the third item in the agenda is the support for S390X, which is I just wanted to hear from the community if we have people using that other than IBM. Obviously, they use that on IBM machines because it's for Linux on mainframes, but how much we have of the community using that, and if it's worth the effort to keep the S390X build or not. I think that from a community perspective, they want us to keep that because Kubernetes supports the S390X architecture. But this was mostly raised because on our last release cut, it was pretty painful to wait like all those times that the S390X failed and rerun everything again, and then wait and see that, yeah, it's just a matter of rerunning things. Okay. So about the open topics, anyone wants to discuss something else, or can we go to the issue triage and the PR triage? Please feel free to say anything, folks. Don't leave me speaking here alone. Yeah, okay. So let's go to the issue triage. So do we want to review? Do you want to make some issue triage today, or do you want to make some pull request triage today, folks? It's like, yeah, this pull request we should bring some attention to this. I am up to doing that right now as well, and maybe reviewing one or two PRs. So anyone wants to? Saying I see that you've removed yourself from the mute.
I'm familiar with Helm, and I can handle this patch.
Okay, so you can take a look into the Helm things.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So take a look into the ones with the area/Helm labels. And while we don't have the approval thing, just keep pinging me on Slack and saying, hey, I've reviewed this one, you can approve this one. I reviewed this one, you can approve this one, because I guess that from our QE, we have at least area slash helm. We have 14 of them, so it's gonna be really helpful if we can remove the helm ones from the QE. So just if you can take a look and review them. You are already a member of the organization, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so the one we need okay to test as well. If you can issue the / okay to test and leave the CI and review and just let me know. It would be amazing.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Cool. All right. So let's take a look into. Okay, let me approve this one, which updates the image for the test runner. So
I got a pretty easy one for you too.
Yeah.
7214. It's a documentation update.
7214.
Yeah, 7214. We're just trying to make it a little easier so that people can see at the high level what versions of NGINX, Alpine, and I think a couple other things in there. I was thinking maybe we could map it to the Helm charts as well, but I didn't really find an easy way to map that out. So, but yeah, just an update to the README and the documentation.
Yeah, amazing. Let's make the train of approval here. I have one of that they are pinging me about mod security. I just can't remember which one is this, but it seems pretty important. So here.
Is that the one about being able to turn mod security on and off?
Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, it's this one. Mod security is different when applied to controller level than Ingress level. This PR changed the controller behavior to match the Ingress behavior that was introduced in PR plot. Okay, yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah. So
I don't know if I can see it on mobile if you're sharing your screen now.
I think again. I am sharing my screen, right? Can you see that?
Oh, it's a different. You got to slide left and right on mobile.
Really?
Oh, this isn't the one I was thinking about.
It's saying that it's shared and it's my my Safari screen. Then can you see my screen?
Oh yeah, no, I can. It was just on the mobile. I had to swipe left to go.
Okay. Got
sorry.
it. Yeah, no problem. Okay, cool. So this one, I think it's a important one. I will put a priority important soon and we'll review this weekend. So if someone is aware of the behavior of mod security and wanna review this one, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna review this one probably during this afternoon or during the weekend. Yeah. Okay. Any other PRs that you wanna take a look right now, folks? Yes, no, maybe. We have this one, which is a Helm one as well. I think so, yeah. Okay, so moving forward to the issue triage, we really needs triage both. But we have 11 pages of issues. So James, how have you been doing those issue triage here? Bug first?
The two meetings ago, I was looking at just going through the older ones. We can probably do a lot of that offline, but I think with the segmentation, we should at least be asking people to upgrade to 43 and test and see if it's still relevant. We just need to keep going through. A lot of these tickets are 2-3 years old, and they're using much older versions. So it's a question of, are these issues still relevant? And that's why I was just going through trying to get the low hanging fruit out of there and seeing, like, of the 270 some, how many are actually still issues.
Yeah. Yeah. What seems to happen right now is that the bot is gonna close all of them in like 20 days. But yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I need to take some time in my life.
So maybe I can, yeah, we just start looking at the stale ones and start asking the question, if they've upgraded to 43, if they can, and continue to test. I mean, because at this point, we've got a lot of really high level priorities.
Yeah. Agree with you. Yeah. So yeah, you need to use SSI comments. What's this about?
So I got a question about there's one that was recently opened, and I think it's 7220. Is it no, not 7220. There's one in there that's just like somebody was doing curl with a lowercase git, and NGINX was responding, I think, appropriately, with a 400 being a bad request. So I don't know if they should just close that one out or not. I'm trying to find where that number was. It's just little things like that. It's like, well, I think it's responding appropriately because you're sending a lowercase git, and that's not what you should be sending. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that so in this case, when we have like support ones and those ones, we can simply maybe skip from the priority, or like don't put a priority on them. So one thing that we should probably be doing here is, when we figure out about an issue that we think that it's actually an issue or we need to take care, is adding the triage accepted. So we know that we have that issue and that's a real issue and we need to work on them, other than like, okay, this is a support one because not able to handle lowercase request methods. I think this one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one. I didn't get a chance to read his response yet.
Yeah. I think if this is like an RFC thing, there is not much to do, right? Like, what happens if I do a curl?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where it's like the user intent is just wrong, and NGINX is doing what it should be doing and responding. It's like, this is a bad request. I don't think there's anything for us to fix in this issue. So I guess just, yeah, like you said, going through all of these issues and figuring out, one, are they still relevant? Are they using older versions? And two, are these support requests versus actual, like, looking through the triage? I think that's the biggest ask that we just need everyone's help from, is going through and just helping triage these.
Exactly. And this would be really helpful. Yeah. So this one is yeah. That's working properly.
Maybe 2 and 3 in his response are issues, but 1 is not. That's not an NGINX problem. Subheader problem.
Yeah.
No, I still think 2 and 3 are still issues of 1. Yeah.
They are different, right? Yeah, they are different. About 3. This is related. to
Yeah, they can still send custom. They can set in the config. They can set up custom error pages still, though, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one, like if you send an accept and it's it's gonna answer like the page regardless of the accept either that you're sending, right? So it's a yeah. Okay, so time is it? Okay, we have 30 more minutes. Let's take another look into the other ones. Can use Ingress with only path type exact.
This one, I was reading through this one. This one does sound like an issue.
Yeah. Okay, so Long is working on this one. I'm gonna do a triage accepted and but yeah, this seems like an issue actually with the controller with the admission webhook, right? It's not an issue with the NGINX controller, but it is an issue with the admission webhook. So and the user is using like a recent client and server version of Kubernetes and also
You
the
know, I
last.
just saw memory. I saw memory issues too in his dump. I'm wondering if this is the invalid memory runtime error.
Yeah, this is actually a panic. Probably there is something referencing a
I wonder if
pointer.
they. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just don't know if I want to say if it's related to the, because he's running 4.6, right? If it's anything related to the other memory issues that we're seeing and anything over 4.3. That might be a
Yeah,
good thing
no.
to mention, is try to test this in 4.3 and see if it's an issue.
Yeah, no, but
I don't
in
know.
this case, yeah, no, in this case specifically, because it's a invalid memory address, it's a probably a pointer that's being referenced without existing. So it's probably trying to use a pointer. It's not that cordon like we've been seeing, or like a memory, an out of memory or something like that. But
Yeah.
it really seems like something, some bad validation into pointers here.
Should we?
Let me see. Let me open up a new VS Code here and see if we can identify.
Well, I'm also
these.
thinking too, should we, if someone, when they go to find this fix, should we add a test to test the different path types?
Yeah, for sure. So let me move this to here. Hey, where is my VS Code? I am still fighting with this Mac. Here, yeah. So I think you can see my. And let's open this. Let's see what's going on. So the error is in controller dot admission internal. Let's see. Internal admission controller server. Controller server dot go line 82, which calls admission handle admission. Dot go. Okay. Just calling line 100, which is checking ingress, but okay, so valid ingress configuration, check ingress, controller 299. Yeah, so maybe, yeah, he receives the error here from the server, but it's a really happening this no pointer here, and so I need to figure out why what is actually this trying to internal ingress controller dot go line. Is this 747? Yeah. So here it is. So it's iterating through these server.locations. So this is a pointer. So if this pointer is null, and it's not verifying here. So we have this, we are receiving the server, but if there is no location, so the pointer is null, and it panics here. So we need to figure out what exactly is and it's passing. And if you take a look into this, like there is the locations here.
There is no path. Yeah, the path is just, yeah. I can see how that could be an issue.
Yeah. So it might be not adding this as a, because this ingress, this server.location is an internal structure from ingress and not from and not from it's from Ingress NGINX and not from Ingress object. So in some moment this might be being like converted or checked, and it's not adding this as a pointer, so it's panicking. So we can take a look into this, but yeah, probably this is a bug. So if someone want to take a look into this, please feel free to see if you can dig into where this pointer is not being created. Otherwise, I can take a look into that as well. Okay, so this is let me priority important urgent. Oh, come on. What label can I add here? Urgent, maybe? Critical urgent, yeah. Yeah, cool. What else? Okay, so I don't think we should be probably going through each one of those, but I don't know, Zhang, Florin, Christoph, do you have anything or any issue that you think we should probably be looking right now, or some PR that we need to be looking right now? Yes, no, maybe.
Not really from my part.
Okay. Cool. Because if we don't have anything.
Zhang actually brings up a really good point. From a meeting perspective, should we probably look at maybe alternating these from a time perspective? I don't know what time would be a little bit more. We've got 2 or 3 developers in Asia Pacific time zone, so I don't know if we want to alternate these, because I think I was looking at some of the other meetings. They have 2 separate meetings. One that's more Asia Pacific friendly EMA versus US friendly. So I don't know if if we should, to get more, like, I know Long hasn't been able to join these, and I know Zhang, it's pretty late for him.
Yeah, Wang also.
Should we alternate these or have a separate one? I don't know. What do you think, Ricardo? I know this is still a lot with you with your new role.
It's I am okay with that. Like I have the same thing happens at my work also. So it's I am really okay with that. We can probably raise this on Slack and see, hey folks, if we do some Asia Pacific more user friendly, who is gonna join and what's the best time? Like if we might have this on Tuesday, but it's 8 a.m. Asia Pacific time, which is 10 p.m. for me, or maybe earlier, but earlier is good for.
That's what 9 p.m. for me too, which is reasonable, I think, if we all try.
Yeah. It's a really. I have a meeting today like 11 p.m. So it's okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think the ask is that we keep working it through and triaging the issues and seeing which ones are actual bugs. That's the big ask from the community while we're focusing on 122, the distro, and making the release process a little bit more simpler. So I didn't have anything else I think we needed to cover.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. Okay, so I guess we can then end for today and then go to sleep, please. We don't want you to get fired because of us. And see you folks. Thank you for joining us. And James, if let me know if you remember anything else. Otherwise, I can also ask for folks in Slack if they prefer if we do some more Asia Pacific friendly, if more of them would join us.
Yeah. The only other thing is that I don't know who we need to ping to get our blog posts reviewed. I put it in the notes, but I think we need to get that out there so that people can start seeing that.
Yeah, go to SIG Docs and ping Team Bannister.
Which hit me up on Slack and let me know which team I should hit.
Yeah. I will ping them. I will ping them and mark you. Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Cool.
See you in a couple weeks. Bye.
See you, folks.